How did you propose?
Okay. So it was not a.
I proposed to him.
Candace. I guess the whole tour is based off the fact that, okay, we getting married, right? So,
Okay.
we getting married.
That's exciting.
We getting married. That's first and foremost.
This
This
is
is
exciting.
By the time
news,
y'all
right?
see this, we will be married.
right. So this,
Look, we're gonna run it down real quick. 128 is World Wide Web. That's when we really started communicating.
right.
Day 2 is 217. That's the day he was born
That's the day I was born.
in Detroit. Which is crazy. I wouldn't have thought I would have ended up with somebody from Detroit. But it kind of makes sense because St. Louis and Detroit people weirdly get along. Okay. Then the third day is 3/2. And that's when I came to Houston for the first time. On May 5th, on 5/4, that's the 4th day. That's when he came to Nashville to retrieve me, if you will.
Right.
So I could move down to
Right.
Houston. And then the next day, 5/27 is when I was born in St. Louis. And then the next day after that is July 13th. That's when he came to Miami. And that's when a lot of things shifted for us in how we viewed.
So the dates are not in chronological order per se. Like,
they just important dates.
yeah, it's just important dates
Right.
in our journey.
We called it a tour. We never
Yeah,
talked
tour.
about, like, we called it a tour just because we wanted tour shirts. Like,
Right. That's it.
we wanted to make tour shirts, but really it was birthed out of our love for, one, blackness,
Right.
two, specifically black music. I love music. He won't say it, but he do too. Like, he's like,
No,
we
I
love.
music.
He be
no.
acting like I'm just like way
No,
past him.
she
But
loves
I'm like, you
music.
right
but,
there. Like,
but here's the thing, right? My thing, I'm into music. So before her, if I'm talking to anybody or whatever, when I hit that playlist, you can't outdo my playlist because my my playlist is dope. Like I go back.
Will's mix is dope.
See, that's what I'm saying. So when she came along, I'm like, I can't even touch her playlist. So I'm like, I bet you got the music. You got the music.
yeah.
So
But it was important for us to, if we gonna make, merch or whatever it might be, make a website for it, that's another part of us wanting it to represent Black love specifically, right. Because we just don't see enough of it. Like,
January 28th, World Wide Web.
Yep.
So, break this down.
all right. So before that, we met on Instagram. Okay.
New age.
Yep.
So it's crazy because I think I don't know if I follow, but one of the short hair pages, natural hair, short hair page. I like short hair.
That's your thing?
That's my thing. So she popped up on my top. Somebody, one of the pages reposted her. She had the short blonde hair. Was it blonde?
It's like blonde and pink.
Something like that. I thought it was dope, right?
Yeah,
So she,
hair, that's crazy.
I'm like, she fine or whatever, So, but the thing, it wasn't even a look. It was more so she had on the
Nina Simone
shirt with a leather jacket. So I like the vibe. Like, to me, her whole vibe of the picture that I saw, I like. So I went to her page or whatever, saw the rest of her pictures, saw her captions. I'm like, she kind of thinks a little deeper than most. Like, it's not that she's just a attractive person. She kind of deep. So I followed her. One thing I did that I never ever do. I remember the night of, I had a work dinner, and we all, I think Papados or whatever, and I showed her to my coworker. I don't know why. I showed it to my coworker. I don't know why I remember that, but I never do that. Show people, and I'm the type of person I never think you can meet somebody off Instagram.
Nah,
like that was just. I'm like, nah, that don't even make sense.
That
like,
was the hardest thing for him to
right.
accept.
Like, the fact that we met on Instagram.
I was like, That
Okay,
ain't no different.
so
New
it
age
ain't
shit.
no different than being on
right,
the street.
right.
Probably
So,
better because at least you see snapshots
Yeah.
of their life
I
real
mean,
fast.
it makes sense,
Yup.
but it was hard for me to get out that mindset that we met up.
Because he old.
Yeah. So, so I follow her, she followed me back or whatever. So
I don't know. I don't know why. I think I followed him back because I saw he made stuff. He made shirts, and obviously I like shirts like that. The stuff he made. So I was like, "Oh, you make stuff? That seem cool. I'll follow you to see what you post."
So it wasn't like you was about to get ready. You was preparing yourself to slide into his DMs and nothing like that.
No.
she said she didn't even notice.
I
me
didn't
until
even
after we
notice
was
how
talking.
he looked for real. Like
Right.
I didn't. But that's where I was in my life.
Yeah.
The previous me, I'm looking at every corner. Like it's like you approach me, I'm like, is this a possibility? Like, oh no, you start following me, I go see your page, like, would I like him? Like, he cute. It's like I was at the point it did not matter to me. Like I'm like, I don't care. I'm not looking for nobody, so it just don't matter. So I did not even look deep into it at all, which is
Radar.
way different than how it would have been. Like way different.
So one day I posted a shirt I made.
The WZUP.
Yeah, WZUP, the Martin joint, and she asked under the picture like, where you get that shirt from? So in my mind, I'm like, okay, this is an opportunity for me to DM her because I'm awkward. Like I don't know how to. I'm kind of awkward. When
Yeah,
it
I think
comes
he
to
cool.
I'm not as cool as I might say.
He's not cool.
Right.
Like, he cool, you know what I'm saying? But you would think he like too cool for school
Nah.
type. Like, you know,
Nah.
do whatever.
So-
Hey, baby.
Nah,
Yeah.
I ain't.
Want to put you on notice that I noticed you. Like no.
What was the
No.
first message she sent you in your DM?
No, she asked me about the shirt. Where did you get the shirt
In
from?
the comments.
In the comments of the picture. I DM'd her.
Literally just asking where you got shirt from.
Right. I DM'd her saying I made it.
Here you come. I ain't asked for
I
no message.
DM'd her.
I remember getting the message like I ain't asked for no message. All you had to do was put it in. I'm like, I
Listen.
didn't know. Like what?
Listen.
So, I hate when people do that though. Like I didn't ask you.
But I felt it was an opportunity for a conversation. Because of course I didn't want to go back and forth with comments. So I told her I made the shirt. Then I told her I make her one. She keep asking me how much for the shirt. I'm like, no, I'm gonna just send it to you. You ain't gotta pay me. I'm gonna just do this.
Which
is
made me uncomfortable because I was like,
right.
I didn't ask for this.
So
Here you
so
come.
I made I made the shirt or whatever, sent it to her, and then that was the end of that conversation for the time being. She got the shirt, posted it on IG wearing the shirt. That day, I think I DM'd her again saying, you look good in the shirt, this, that, and the third. And that's where our conversation started, and we didn't stop talking.
He
So I'm
ain't
like,
know what to say, and I didn't care. So
right. Then again,
the
she
conversation
still don't
stopped.
notice me at all.
No, I still didn't look at him like that.
So
Still.
So once a few weeks down the road, you see an opportunity like, oh, she looks good in my shirt.
right.
Then you take that extra chance to like, let me go ahead and try to.
I just still started up conversation. Then again, I don't know how to mac nobody. I don't know. It's just a conversation. So,
But then one day I was up. I don't think I could sleep or something like that. Then I was like, let me just peruse his, IG, his page.
What had you curious about perusing his page?
I don't know. I don't remember
Just
at
the
all.
instinct said, let's go look.
I guess so. I guess by that time we went back and forth so many
Okay.
times that I was like, who is this bro? Like I ain't even really paid attention to who you really are, you know what I'm saying? And so I went back and I was like, and I think I messaged you and said, like, you kind of cute.
but she was like, you kind of fine. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
I was
like,
like, I ain't trip off of it before, but I'm like, for real, like I just noticed. Like,
Epiphany.
Like, you alright.
she literally sent me a text like, oh, was that a text?
it was a message at that time.
Yeah,
I don't think we
yeah.
were
Text
texting
or
yet.
DM?
It was
We
a
went
DM.
way long in
Yeah, it was
DM.
like a week
Like,
almost, and then
Talking every day like you do in text.
like a
though.
regular conversation.
It just didn't transfer over
And then
for a long time, which I didn't necessarily care, but it was like at a point where it's like, okay, now
Right.
we keep talking. This is stupid.
Alright, so how or when did y'all meet in person? How did that come about?
I was supposed to go to New York for spring break. Kind of on a whim type thing. It's like, I'm going to just go to New York because I love New York. Just be at New York, you know, walking around doing whatever. But then I was like, one day, I was like, I don't feel like, it's a little chilly still. Like, I don't really feel like going to New York no more. It had nothing to do with him at that time. It was just like, I don't want to go to New York no more. Where else can I go? Like, I'm not sure where I'm going to go. I have friends that just moved down here not too long before that. And I had been meaning to come here anyway, to Houston anyway. And I was like, well, maybe I could just take the opportunity to go to Houston to visit them. And then he's there, like, might as well meet him too.
Like, she made this decision like a week before she came.
I did.
Oh, like a few days before that, we randomly talking, and she said, "Would you think I was crazy if I just popped up at Houston or popped up where you was at?" I didn't know how to answer that because I'm like, it sounds kind of crazy, but I kind of want to. So I don't necessarily. I was like, yeah, whatever.
So I was like, we going skating. You can come. Like, you should come to the skate rink. Like, just come to the skate rink.
Did you go?
Yeah.
He did come.
Did he skate?
He skated.
Rollerblades or
Regular skates.
Listen, this is my thing, right? Mind you, I ain't skated since elementary school. So my thing is,
it was kind of horrible.
I'm meeting this chick, right? I ain't never met before. I'm feeling her. I don't want to bust my ass while skating. I don't want to look like a goof.
Like, I care.
I'm already awkward. Like, so it was just. It was just. I just wanted to get there, not fall, and so
it was so awkward.
I'm awkward anyway.
It was awkward, y'all. Like, I did not. I don't know. Honestly, if we hadn't talked before then, and I ain't kind of know who he was already, I don't know that I would have hit him back up. Like, let's say we just met on the street and then we went out. I don't think I would have hit him back up after that. Because he was so awkward. Like, he was awkward. Like, he wasn't talking for real.
Yeah, I ain't know what to say. Like,
he was like,
I'm skating. I'm trying
skating off.
Yeah,
I was like,
okay.
Calm down.
Again,
like, chill.
I don't know how to back. Like, I don't know.
Like, that's chill.
So was it nervousness? Were you like, you know, it's like the anxiousness, a little bit of nervousness.
I guess,
but,
yeah.
You know, first date type of vibe. You
I
know,
guess,
it's not a typical date.
Yeah, like I guess. And I ain't had too many first dates, so it wasn't. Yeah, it was.
Let me just try to be cool.
Yeah.
So what did that night turn into? Like, where did you guys go from there?
It turned into forever.
Turned into forever. Well,
so
clearly.
So the next day, I went and picked her up from her homegirl crib, and I think because we had already met, because it was just us, it just became normal. Like we just had regular conversation. We talked.
I guess what solidified it was that night we talked from I don't even know what time till literally
it was
like 5 in the morning.
5:30. We sat on the couch and just talked.
Literally that's it. For hours and hours and hours. Don't ask me what we talked about. It was probably I'm sure it was deep enough to have that long of a conversation, but I don't even really like how we get here.
I just remember having thoughts like she'd say something and I'm thinking, yo, I just had that conversation with somebody else.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Like everything she was saying, I was thinking, everything I was saying, she was thinking.
Yep.
And it was like, yo, this is crazy.
When people would even ask me how he was, how he is, I'd be like, you like me. Like it's like I'm a little more outgoing than he is. Maybe a lot more outgoing than he is, but if you take that part away as far as like thought process and like values and we call it big buckets. Like we got the same big buckets. Like, and I feel like and those are those values, those value systems. Like we all got big buckets that we put our energy and thoughts and time into, you know, like I value giving back to people. So I'm going to spend a lot of time giving back or like just helping people, right? So it's like I'm giving a lot of time and energy into that. I value family, so I'm giving energy into family. I value, you know, whatever it might be. So if you have these big buckets and y'all big buckets align, typically your day-to-day activities, your where you put your time and thought into, and the thoughts that you have all through the day revolve around those big buckets. So if they are the same big buckets, you know what I'm saying, then we're going to align because our big buckets are the same. When I say he was like ready-made for me, I didn't have to make him be something that I want. It's like he literally came exactly like that, which at the end of the day, that's what you really want, because you can't guarantee that they gonna become that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't guarantee that they gonna become that. So I could say you perfect in this and this way, but you ain't got this. So if you just did that, then maybe we could be something. What if they never become that? If they don't want to, and if you know, then you can't make nobody be or do nothing, like, for real. Right. Especially if it's not already something they want to do, or like something they feel equally passionate about. You know what I'm saying? So it was important that he came exactly how he is, without me having to feel like I had to make it something.
You said in Miami.
Okay, Miami.
On 7/13, that was when things shifted. What do you mean?
Yeah.
She was working in Miami for the summer. So I'm like, Miami for the summer vacation. I get up out of here, bet this all works. So I feel like when I went to see her in Miami, I got to see her in her element. Cause like she would always come to Houston, be in my crib, on my like. It's like
in your atmosphere.
In my atmosphere. So when I went to Miami, this is how she operates. This is how she drives. Like, she driving around. So I got to see her in her element, things she like to do, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, yo, I vibe with all this. Like, usually you go to Miami in the summer, you think it's South Beach. We went to the art district. She artsy, I'm artsy. So that was this whole vibe that we had. It was like, yo, that's when I knew, like, I could see this happening for long in the future.
So this is within your first 5 months?
Whatever that calculates to.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
y'all made the decision that, you know what, let's take this step and put this under one roof.
Yeah.
Like, the conversation was what she was gonna do after Lisa left.
Right.
So I was like, you just need to move here. Why don't you move here? It makes sense. It did.
And I was like, I was kind of thinking that.
Like, I bet. And then
That's literally how the conversation. Yes, like,
you move here.
That's how all our conversations go with major decisions. You're like, you want to do that? That sounds cool. Like, that'd be good. Or I thought that already. So yeah.
How did you propose?
Okay. So it was not a.
I proposed to him.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
I think technically I did.
Yeah.
Not technically, I did. I really did, actually.
Yeah.
Neither one of us felt like we needed to get married to be together in perpetuity. Like, we just didn't need to. So that's why it wasn't on our radar like that. It wasn't until we started planning a future, like a legit future, like, maybe we should start having kids. We moving in together. And it was like, so this is where my proposal come in. We should just get married. Like, that's literally all it was. We should just get married.
Is that how it came out? Just like that?
It was. Mind you, it was a text message. We talking in text message. She was like, we should just get married. I was like, you're right.
It's like, that makes sense.
Done deal. That was it. In the conversation.
Yep.
And we continued on conversation, but we talked about something else.
Yep.
How have y'all been together?
A little over a year and a half.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty quick.
Yeah.
That's pretty for society standards.
Yeah, it is. But it makes sense to us. Like, it's like quick, but it's not, because it don't take long to know what you really want, especially when you've already discovered who you are and what you want and what you need to thrive in a companionship, and what you need in your partner, what you want to give and are willing to give. Once that stuff is already decided in your mind,
Don't take long.
It don't take long. Like, you know how people say, like, when you know, you just do. Usually people already know it. They just take a long time or feel like they have to take a long time to do something about it. So it's like, we knew it and we just went with that. Like, I think both of us did work prior to meeting each other on ourselves. I mean, through experiences, through reflection, whatever it might have been, we did work before meeting each other that brought us to that understanding of ourselves and what we were willing to deal with, what we needed, whatever it might be. So that way, once we joined, it was easy because we didn't have to like do that work while we together.
Let me ask you, what was some of the work you had to do on yourself?
Yeah.
Before you were ready to make that type of commitment?
I guess I had to realize what I actually wanted. I think a lot of times we're like inundated with so many ideas of what we should want and how things should look and how we should feel when certain things are like right or wrong, whatever it might be. And I had to like extract from all that, like, what do I actually want? What do I actually enjoy in somebody I call a companion? I got very, very comfortable with being by myself. And I think that's the main part.
There wasn't any void that you needed to fill.
Exactly. It's like, I'm perfectly fine being by myself in my apartment. Like, it's like, I can be by myself. And I preferred it at the time. Like, it's like, I prefer to be by myself even. Like, I didn't need people to feel certain things. I feel it myself, / I realized how other things in my life feel those things that were already there, like friendships, like my relationship with family members, you know, stuff like that. So it's like I realized those things were there, whether I had a romantic relationship or not.
Well, same question for you.
I guess mine's kind of similar to that. I think for me it was like I got to know myself, and like she said, the things that I need, the things that I cherish. Like outside of when you think of relationship, people think I want this, I want this, I want this. It's not necessarily a list of things. It's probably like 3 or 4 things that you really need. Yeah. And like you said, when you completely comfortable with yourself and you don't need a romantic relationship to feel full, you're not gonna settle for anything that's gonna add to your life. So once you find it, once you meet somebody and you start to get to know somebody, it's like, okay, the things that I need, she like fall completely in that place. And it's like,
it adds to it.
Yeah, like, I'm happy with this, but the fact that she's here, it adds to that part of my life. It doesn't take away, like, she don't take away from me at all. And that's probably one of my biggest things. Like, you know how people say relationships is a sacrifice? I don't believe that per se.
I mean, of course, there are times where you gotta make sacrifices, but
all in all,
overall, call it a sacrifice.
Yeah, don't, because if I have to sacrifice myself to be with somebody, I'm better off by myself. So real. The fact that I felt like I didn't have to sacrifice an ounce of myself for her to be in my life, it was just a no-brainer.
You said she added to you. She came in and added to your life. What was maybe the top 2 things that you felt that she really added?
I think for me, it was something she said. I don't know if she remembers she said this, but she told me, she was like, I trust you with my thoughts.
I do.
And that was the most profound thing I've ever heard. And when she said that, I realized that was something that I always wanted. Because I'm the type of person that I feel like I kind of think differently than your common person in a sense. And
I agree.
I guess. You think he's super like out the box. But I think it's just because of how I think. I think it's not that crazy. Or not crazy, but it's not that like abnormal because that's how I think. And that's how like a lot of people around me.
She know a bunch of people that's like her. I don't think I know a bunch of people that's like me.
I think that's
so I said to say, like, when she said that, I felt like that was always what I wanted. Like, I could say anything that's on my mind to her, and I know she wouldn't judge me for whatever reason. And she would even understand it. So it was like, she made me feel normal in a sense. She made me feel like I wasn't different. She, like, that's how she kind of... That's how she added to me. She made me feel like she...
Sorry.
That's funny. Let's go.
She justified like all my thoughts. She made life easier. Like she'd cook, like it amazed me. Like she cooked dinner, and then like before we ate dinner, she preparing my lunch for the next day. Like it was the most amazing thing that I've ever seen in my life. Like it was, like I'm like, wow, this could actually, yo.
But see, stuff like that makes sense to me though. It's like I gotta eat.
Listen.
If all it takes for me to put it in the Tupperware,
listen,
I can do that. Like
my whole thing is, yo,
your word, it's not that complicated. Like
it's not that different. It's like
for somebody that has an experience,
right?
If it's gonna
exactly.
save us collectively, hella dollars from you eat lunch every day, eating out every day,
And
then sure.
everything about your story seems like it, things have just fallen.
Nothing
into
was
place.
forced, bro.
Yeah.
Nothing was
Nothing
forced.
was
Nothing was
Any
forced.
of it.
Nothing.
was
Kinda,
forced.
the dominoes just
Nothing
fell.
was a hard conversation.
Mm-mm.
Like nothing was a hard decision. Nothing have we questioned. Like nothing has made me say I'm not sure if we should do X, Y, and Z. Not one thing. And we're both overthinkers.
We overthink everything.
So we did not
Like
overthink. any of
I
it.
think in the beginning, I think of why I can only speak for myself. I tried to find reasons why it wouldn't work.
I think we both kind of did. We
Yeah,
like,
because we both protective of ourselves.
It's so easy. Like, what is this? Like,
We
what are
both
you doing? Like,
protective of ourselves. Like we both protect our energy. We both care
Right.
about our own happiness. So we both want to be 1,000% sure. So things are going perfect,
we
but
just waiting on something.
we
like,
thinking like, okay, well, is this
where it's
what
gonna
it is?
deviate?
Yeah,
It just never did.
but it never. Nothing.
Love. Is love the most important things in you guys' relationship? Or what's the most important, say, value that you guys hold on to?
That's deep. First, you gotta define love.
Because it's just like love or respect. I know some people like put love at the top, like you got love. Now other people want loyalty and different. So what is it for you two?
For me, and I was thinking about this the other day. Love, I think has to be there, right? Mm-hmm. But I think love will keep you in a place. But you actually have to like that person to be happy with them. So you can love a lot of things, but love don't make you happy. Love can make you the most miserable person in the world, because if you love somebody
you might
that
be
you're
there
not
even
vibing
when
with,
you're not supposed
right?
to be.
It can make you miserable. But the fact that I actually like her makes me happy. Like love will keep you around, but liking somebody will keep you happy.
It's definitely more of a compliment when he look at me and say, "I like you."
Right.
Like,
I tell her that.
He says that all the people like, "I like you." Like,
right.
I'm like, yeah.
But
But that is a difference. Like,
it's a difference.
It's plenty of people we love but don't like. Like, I could have all the love in the world, care about how I define love is like caring about somebody's well-being. Like, I genuinely care if you're okay, you're safe. Being in love, I define by having something to do with that care. Like, it's like I want something specifically to do with you being okay and you having a good life or whatever. And so that love, just caring, like we care about a lot of people, and like you said, that'll keep you stuck somewhere you might not maybe you're not supposed to be. Like, not supposed to be, but like that's not healthy for you. It's like, because I can love you and you could just be hurting me, all day. You could be treating me poorly. You could be mean. You could be whatever. And you can still love that person. You can still care about their well-being and like that they're okay in all these different aspects of their life. And then so, but it takes for you to I like who you are as a person. Like I said, character. I like your character. And I think what helps us a lot is our communication styles are similar. We don't mind necessarily saying outright, like, don't do that. I don't like when you do like whatever it might be. I don't know. I can't even think of an example. We're open.
We don't.
And I tell him, I'm like, please tell me if I ever, like, even like if as far as like mental health, I'm like, if you ever see me being different, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like, tell me, like, just say, I don't think you're the same person as you was yesterday, like, whatever it might be.
And that was one thing that I also liked about her. Like, she wouldn't like it if I wasn't being myself. She like, I know, like, this is crazy, but we went grocery shopping one time and we couldn't pick what beverage to buy or whatever. And like, I was like, just get whatever you want. Like, she made me get what I wanted to get. Cause it was like, I think in that moment, she realized I was gonna get whatever she wanted.
Yeah.
So she like, what? Like, I want you to
like,
get.
Don't do that.
Yeah, like she would. It would irritate her if I wasn't being myself, regardless of whatever it got to do with her. So in that moment, I realized it bothers her for me not to be myself. And that was a big thing for me. Like, I have to be myself in any situation.
And I think that's the big part too, that's like central in our relationship, is being ourselves.
Right.
Like I said before, it's like, I'm not asking him to be any part of him to be something he's not. Like, he's not asking me to stop doing this, stop going out of town, stop doing it. It's like, never has asked anything of me that requires me to change what I do, how I function, how I think, how I dress, how I cook my food. Like, literally nothing. I'm literally just myself living alongside himself. Like, and that's all it is. And like you said, if we weren't able to do that or felt like we couldn't do that, I don't think I would be here. I don't want to be in prison.
Right.
I don't want to be in prison. And that's what it felt like to me. That's what it would feel like to me if every day I came home, I knew I had to perform.
A lot of people are going to see this and they're like, these are a great example of what black love looks like. What does black love mean to y'all?
I love black people. I love black culture. I love black history. I love the richness of everything that is black, and not just African American. I'm talking about the whole diaspora. Like, I love blackness, and I love how we pour into each other, the community aspect of it. I love the music aspect, like literally every part of it. So I feel like black love is the epitome of that adoration I have for black culture, because we are an extension of that community. We are part of the community, and then through our love are adding to that community, right? Once we have children, we are building more people to be a part of that community. How we raise our children would be people who would be willing and able to contribute to that community, to live and bask in all that is blackness, right? And so our space together is a culmination of all of that, like just in a union. And then from us, we are creating a legacy that would continue that legacy of all that is black. So
what she said. No, but she explained it much better than I could. But it's just like, when I see black, I see a culture. It's like a thing that other cultures or per se can't connect with like we can. So it's like that's built off of love, and just like I said, we just an extension of that. And like, she love it, I love it. Like, everything about it, I love it. So as long as we can represent what it really is to be black, I'm with it.
So it's important for us to create something that puts that out into the world, just adding to that representation of black love, because that's the part of rebuilding our community. Because you got to see it to know it's possible, to know that it's a thing, to know that it doesn't have to be some super unhealthy relationship, to know that it doesn't have to be what we've been perceived as being like as a black family. So that's why I was like, it got to be something about black. It got to be like, because that's the center of it. Like, that's what makes this matter. Like, obviously it matters because it's us making a decision to be life partners, but beyond us, it matters. And so that's really how we got to where we are. Why we created what we created. Who knows where we go from
here. We gonna be on Black Love one day. What's that Oprah show?
I do love Black Love, the show. Yeah.
Come holla at us.
It's an own type commercial. Type video right here.
Oprah, hit us up, yo.
I'll be on there talking. I got
you. Production and
yeah.
Yeah, we got our own cameraman.
Right.